A 529 plan is a great way to save for college. And today, I would like to provide you with 8 benefits of why a 529 plan is so amazing. Before we get into the benefits of a 529 plan, I'd like to talk about what a 529 plan is. A 529 plan allows you to save for education. You'll add funds to the 529 account, you will invest those funds, and they will grow in the years prior to needing the money. When you go to withdraw the money for a qualified education expense, the growth of that income comes out tax-free. There are many benefits to the 529 plan, but that tax-free money I was just talking about when it comes out for a qualified education expense is benefit number 1. So as I just mentioned, you're going to put money into the 529 account with after-tax dollars, and you invest it, and it will grow and grow until you're ready to take it out. And it does that tax-free. And as long as it's used for a qualified education expense, it's going to come out tax-free as well. Now, if you've been investing in that account for, say, 18 years, a majority of that account balance will be growth, and all of that will now be tax-free. That's a huge benefit. And additionally, many states will offer a state tax deduction on income taxes for contributing to a 529 plan, whether it's any plan at all or a plan specific to their state. And that just depends on which state you live in. So that's a tax benefit right now. And then you'll also receive the tax benefit in the future from the federal. So the number one benefit to a 529 plan has to be tax benefits. Benefit number 2, they're low maintenance. So as I mentioned, many of the states start their own have their own 529 plans, and there's also some third parties as well. But within those 529 plans, there are typically age-based or target-based funds. So depending upon when the beneficiary of that account, say your child, is going to start school, or whenever you've designated based on your own time horizon of when you would like those funds to come out, those target-based or age-based funds are going to be a little bit more growth-oriented in the beginning, and then they'll become more conservative as it gets close to that withdrawal date. And because those are automatic, it makes it very low maintenance for you. You just put the money in, you designate the year that you want it to come out, and they do all the work for you. It's very low maintenance. Now, don't be worried. If you would prefer to pick your own funds, you most certainly can do that within those plans, but they make it very easy to make it a low maintenance way to save for education. Benefit number 3 is there's automated savings. So all of these plans also offer the ability to set up automated savings. So either it's monthly or annually, you can designate the money to go in there from an account that you've selected. It makes it so easy. You never have to worry about forgetting. You can plan ahead. It's easy. Automated savings is another great benefit to a 529 plan. Benefit number 4 is the gifting opportunities that can happen within a 529 plan. It doesn't just have to be the owner, say yourself, that contributes to this plan. You can invite others to do so. So whether maybe you have a sister or a brother who would like to contribute to the plan, you can send them the link. Say you're having a birthday party, and instead of getting gifts, you can ask everyone, if they would like to contribute to the 529 plan, and you can do that very easily by sending the link. It makes it easy for others to contribute to the plan. The only restriction on that is the federal gift exemption, which this year in 2022 is $16,000. So it allows anyone to give a gift of $16,000 to include yourself. And if it's a couple, that's for each person. So it could actually be the total of $32,000. There's also an advantage that is offered. It's called to front load a 529. So that means you can take your federal tax exemption and use that and lump it all together at the beginning of up to 5 years. And so you could put in the full amount, 5 years times $16,000 today, and then it'll keep growing. And you don't have to wait to put it in each year. That's another huge benefit when it comes to the 529 plan. And if you have 2 people, that's even more money that can go in. Now, just keep in mind that it is per beneficiary that a person can make that gift. So it's $16,000 to one person before you have to file a federal gift return. Benefit number 5, it has flexible uses. So some of my clients are often reluctant or concerned about investing in a 529 plan because they might be concerned that their child may not want to go to college, or maybe they'll go to an international university. Maybe they'll take some time off to volunteer or travel, and they're concerned of what will happen to these funds that they've put into the 529 plan. This is a legitimate concern because if you don't use them funds for a non-qualified educational expense, there is a 10% penalty on the earnings in addition to having to pay the taxes. So depending upon your situation, that could be a big risk. It may also be a gamble that you're willing to take, but the qualified education expenses are varied. It's not just tuition at a 4-year university. You can use it for junior college, community college, vocational, trade school. There are many international schools that'll accept 529 plans, and it's not just for tuition. It can be used for books, for equipment such as a computer, softwares, anything that is a qualified education expense. So there's a lot of flexible uses for it. And even if your child receives a scholarship, you have the opportunity to receive those funds out of the 529 equivalent to the scholarship. You will have to pay taxes on it, but there's no penalty. And just think, it's been going, because remember, benefit 1 is tax benefits. It's been growing tax free this whole time. So it's a huge benefit and worth the risk of taking. And even if, say, you set up a 529 for your eldest student and they don't need it because they've either decided not to go to school or they've gotten a scholarship, they're going to go to a service academy. If for some reason they don't need those 529 plans and you don't want to save it for graduate education for them, you can transfer it to another beneficiary related to that beneficiary. So say a younger sibling or a niece or a nephew, or even back to yourself if you decide you want to go back to school, or to your spouse. You can use these funds for a lot of different ways besides just a traditional 4-year university. So think a little bit. We don't know what the future is going to hold, but it might be worth the investment anyway. Benefit number 6, there's no income limits. So unlike other educational savings accounts such as the Coverdell, or even if you were going to use, say, a Roth account to help fund for educational expenses, there is no income limit when it comes to saving in a 529 plan. So you can feel free to save regardless of your income and take advantage of these federal tax benefits and possibly state tax benefits. Benefit number 7, you stay in control. So unlike a UTMA or a UGA, where the child reaches the age of majority and then they get ownership of that account, it's not like that with a 529 plan. You remain the owner. You get to say who the money is going to be used for. So for instance, let's suppose that your eldest child, which you had set up a 529 for, has decided to take time off. They're going to, volunteer, go travel, do something else, or maybe they're just waiting to start college because they're not sure what they want to do yet. So in the meantime, maybe your next child is aging up, getting ready to go to college. So you can take the money from the eldest 529's plan and transfer it to your next child coming up, and they can use that for their college expenses. You have the freedom to do that. It is still yours, and you're the owner of the account. That means you get to control what it's used for, which can be a huge benefit. Now, as I just mentioned, you remain the owner of that account, and that becomes really important for benefit number 8. 529 plans won't disqualify students from financial aid. Because the 529 plan is in the parent's name, it is the parent's asset. And when you're filling out the FAFSA, it will look at the student's assets much heavier than it does the parent's. So that makes a 529 plan in the parent's name far more favorable than, say, some of the other options that you might have to save for college savings. It's a huge benefit. It counts as the parent's and not the student's asset. Huge benefit. So let's recap. Benefit number 1 are the tax benefits. Benefit number 2, they're low maintenance. Number 3, automated savings. Number 4, this one's huge, gifting. You can get a lot of money packed into a 529. Number 5, it still has flexible uses. Even though it's designed for education savings, there's a lot of ways you can come up with qualified education expenses. Number 6, there's no income limits, unlike other savings programs out there. Number 7, you stay in control of where those funds are going to be used for and where they go. And lastly, it won't disqualify a student from financial aid. If you would like assistance setting up a 529, choosing which state you should use for your 529, who should contribute to that 529 plan, or just how much you should be saving, please reach out to us. We offer a free 30-minute discovery call where we'd be more than happy to talk to you about how we can help you with your 529 plans and future savings goals, and if a 529 is even the best option for you. Please comment below if you have any additional questions, and I'd love to know which benefit you think is the most valuable. Also, this video is part of a series that we are doing on 529, so please hit subscribe so that you won't miss the next one. Until then, happy college saving!